Excuse me,
both of you.
Mr. Ricky. Can we get an interview? Are you... Huh? An interview? Yeah, I'll do an interview. Just let me get my hands cleaned off in a second. Alright, I'm here. Ask me the first question already, huh?
I'm ready for the first question. Here it goes. 1. Can you describe your feelings after taking a beating in the match and getting hit with the championship belt?
When Chris hit me with that championship belt, I remember feeling a mix of pain and frustration. It was a pretty unexpected move, and I was caught off guard. Really. I really didn't think he would go that far, but he did. Alright, next question. Come on.
That sounds rough. How did you manage to keep your composure and continue the match despite the pain and shock?
You know, I just kind of pushed through, you know. It was for that title that I was hit with, you know. Anybody would kill to have that title. And, you know, I had the opportunity, and I couldn't just quit then. Next question, please. Question number 2. Come on. I got places to be.
Understood. Here's the second question, 2. The match took a lot of unexpected turns with the introduction of all those props. How did you prepare for such a chaotic environment?
You know, to prepare for that match, I trained both physically and mentally. I knew it was going to be a crazy match because of the, you know, false count anyway. You know, you can't really prepare well for that kind of match because anything can happen, you know. But, you know, I just trained how I usually do and just hoped for the best. Next question, please.
That makes sense. Moving on to the third question, 3. You took a lot of damage during the match, especially with the table saw incident. How are you feeling physically right now?
Physically, I'm feeling pretty sore right now. That saw incident was no joke. And the attack with the hammer didn't help much either. But I'll manage. It's all part of the job, ain't it?
Ouch, that sounds rough. It seems like both your body and mind have taken a beating tonight. How do you plan on recovering and coming back stronger?
You know, I'm just going to take a little bit of a break so I can fully recover. And this is a warning to you, Chris King. I'll be coming for you. But that, you know. Next question.
I hope you'll recover quickly. Here's the next question. Chris King went even further and hit you with a hammer after the match. What was going through your mind at that moment?
When Chris hit me with that hammer, it really felt like a low blow. Both literally and metaphorically. It was already a hard-fought match, and that was just adding insult to all the injury that I already got. Next question. Come on, got places to be.
Ouch, that must have been painful and humiliating all at once. I can see why you felt that way. Moving on to the next question, 5. Looking back at the match, what do you think you could have done differently?
Looking back at the match, I probably should have been more cautious, especially when he brought out that saw. I should have tried to take him up before things got too crazy, but I was too dazed by those chairs. You know, I just kind of let it happen. Next question.
Hindsight is always 20/20, as the saying goes. It's easy to look back and think of what could have been done better. Now, let's talk about your comeback with that roundhouse kick.
Oh, yeah.
6. Can you describe that moment when you landed the kick?
That roundhouse kick was a brief moment where I thought I had him, but it wasn't enough, clearly. That roundhouse kick is a very iconic move for me. It works 99% of the time, but for Chris, he was that 1%. But, you know, it was a nice little brief little moment I had. Next question, please.
It's great that you have a signature move, even if it didn't work this time. Here's the next question, 7. How did you feel after that brief moment of hope with the roundhouse kick?
You know, it was great until it wasn't. That's kind of a short question. Next question. Come on, we gotta hurry this up. I gotta train. Come on.
I understand your frustration. Let's move on to the next question. 8. Now, looking at the match as a whole, what do you think was the turning point where things started to go south for you?
You know, I think the turning point of the match was when I made that comeback with the roundhouse kick and almost had him pinned, but I quickly lost that power over him. Ask me like, what's the last couple questions on your board? Come on, we gotta finish this up. Ask me like 2 more questions. Come on.
Okay, I understand. We're almost done. Here are the last 2 questions. 9. Despite the loss, you have a dedicated fan base that really appreciates your intense style. How do you feel knowing that they still support you even in defeat?
My fans, I can't thank them enough for all their support. They're the reason I get into the ring week after week, and I won't let them down. I'll come back stronger and make them proud with my next match. Next question.
Your fans appreciate your dedication and determination. I'm sure they'll continue to support you as you work on coming back stronger. Now, let's talk about your plans for the future. 10. What's your mindset and what are your plans now moving forward, considering your recent defeat?
My mindset, after this defeat is really to learn from my mistakes and come back stronger. I won't let this loss define me as a wrestler. For Chris King, on the other hand, once I am fully recovered, Chris, I will take that championship away from you. So if I were you, I'd watch yourself outside the
It
ring.
sounds like you're taking this defeat as a learning experience and using it as motivation to come back stronger. I'm sure your fans are eager to see your comeback. Here's the final question, 11. Do you have any words for Chris King after the intense rivalry you've had?
Like I said, Chris, watch your back in the next couple of weeks. Because once I'm recovered, you will see a whole lot of this. Alright, well, that's all the time I got. So, thank you for the interview or whatever. And I'm gonna get out of here so I can go train more and get bigger and stronger. Whatever.
It's clear that this feud between Ricky Ruthless and Chris King runs deep. Fans can't wait to see how this rivalry unfolds in the future and what unexpected twists and turns we can expect in their upcoming matches. Both wrestlers have a lot at stake, and their passion and intensity will make every encounter thrilling.